Okay folks, we're over here in the brass preparation stage now. We just finished loading up the case feeder with lubricated brass and it's ready to get prepped. As a recap, this is the Dillon tool head that I use, and once again on the first station it's going to have a full-length sizer, deprimer on a wooden floating tool die. In the second station nothing, third station is going to be the trimmer, fourth station nothing, fifth station is going to have the Lyman M expander, and that's going to clean up any burrs and put a slight bell at the case mouth. What I do is on my trimmer here, it comes with a plastic piece here, like a coupler type piece, and it happens to be a certain diameter. For myself, I have a wet dry shop vac down here on a bench right underneath the camera where you guys are at, and it just happened to be right about the same size. What I've done is I've gone to Home Depot, and I guess you can go to Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever, that sells PVC tubing, and I want you to guys pick up a 3/4 inch PVC coupler. And these things are out the door. It couldn't be no more than $1. I mean, with tax and everything, I think it's like 98 cents. And you can get these straight, or you can get these with the 45-degree bends, which is what I did. And what it does is it helps connect the hose and the plastic piece here. What I did was I put a little bit of black tape. Well, let me back up. These couplers also come in white, and I just didn't like the white, so I kind of like covered it up with black tape, so it's all solid black now. You need to add a little bit of black tape on here, and go ahead and connect the coupler. And then get the hose, put a little bit of black tape there just to make a nice airtight seal. Connect the coupler. And that's it. So now when it's getting trimmed, it's going to be sucking out the shavings into the wet dry shop vac. I can't overemphasize enough safety. Make sure you guys have eye protection on. There's a high-speed carbide cutter spinning at warp 12 speed right here in front of your face. And you know Murphy's Law, if it's 1 in a gazillion chance, you are going to be that 1 in a gazillion where the thing shoots out and hits you right in the eye. Don't lose your eyesight for something stupid. Make sure you use eyewear. So that's how you connect the hose on here. Myself, I have a case feeder here, and I have a little chain up here. From that chain, I have the trimmer power cord hanging. So when I want to prep brass, I can go ahead and connect the power cord here, which is, let me do that right now. And that's it. And when I'm not prepping brass, I just disconnect it, just leave it hanging there. It's out of the way, it doesn't affect anything. Just FYI, the on-off switch for the trimmer I have back here. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, where my finger's pointed. And what I did was I permanently affixed it back here to my Dillon press. And the on-off switch is permanently attached to the power, so there's always power. Once again, all I got to do is just put the preparation head on here, give it the power, and I can turn on and off from there. The trimmer itself is not too loud. Let me let you hear it. So the trimmer itself doesn't make too much noise, but it is connected to a wet dry shop vac, and in my case, my wet dry shop vac does make a little bit of noise. So with two of them together, they are making a little bit of noise. It doesn't bother me that much. You're going to see the rate that I go, the cyclic rate. I could probably do like maybe 32 per minute. So that comes out to like, oh my gosh, I guess it's like 1900 per hour. So I'm only on this thing like maybe half an hour. And that's pretty much all that you want to do, because this motor does get hot. So you don't want to overwork the motor. Half an hour at the super most will get this thing really toasty hot so you can't touch it. So, so that's the cyclic rate, and that's how long I have the things going. Other than that, that's about it. Oh, let me speak something about the pulling here. On this specific setup, everything is done on the pull. So when I pull down, everything comes up. And what you're going to notice is on this press, every time it goes up, it does the full length resize, and it measures the shoulder back. And then it also, on the up position, it deprimes it and also trims it. So make sure it's down all the way to make sure you get nice, good, accurate trimming and full length sizing. Let me go trigger for a second and explain a little bit about sizing. All the 223 rounds that I'm going to be loading are going to be set up for my POF. So these 223 rounds are going into my POF. What I've done is I've mic'd the chamber on my POF carbine. So when I set the full length sizing die, I have it set so it only sizes the shoulder back enough to fit into my chamber and no more. What happens is when you shoot the round, the case expands. And if you don't mic your chamber, then every time you resize it, you're going to push the shoulder back. then you're going to shoot it, it's going to expand, then you're going to push the shoulder back. Shoot it, expand, push the shoulder back. There's no use going this whole way. You're stressing the brass. If you know how far you have to push the shoulder back so that it fits comfortably within your chamber, then every time it shoots, you might only have to bring it back so far. And then you shoot it, you might only have to size it back so far, the shoulder. And what that does is it increases the brass life. Another thing you could also do to increase the brass life is annealing, but that's another animal. So it's pretty important to make sure that you have everything set up right for the full length sizer, and also make sure that you go all the way down on the downstroke. And I think that's about it. I'm going to show you guys how this works now. I'm going to kind of give you an idea of the cyclic rate, so you can see that it does like about maybe 30, 32 per minute. So it comes out to like I said, like maybe 1900 per hour. So let's go ahead and get started and let me show you how it works. Okay, so as you can see, the process is really fast, much faster than reloading. You're going to see when I start reloading, I actually take my time a little bit more just because of the powder drop, and I want to have more consistency. This one is kind of like a brute force kind of thing. You don't need to be super accurate. Just make sure that on the downstroke, you do a full complete downstroke. Let me show you my brass here. As you can see, it's nice and trimmed. Hopefully you guys can catch that. It's nice and trimmed, it's nice and clean. And there's no burrs. Very clean. Does a good job. Once again, it's very fast. And that's it. Once this is done, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the vibratory tumbler again, and we're going to tumble it one more time to get the lube off, and then I'll talk a little bit more about it from there. And that's about it. One more thing too is let me mention that this is the case preparation stage. So remember, the brass is lubed. On the tool die itself, on the sizing die, every once in a while go ahead and clean it down. Just get a Q-tip, give it a little wipe down, give it a little shot of air. Once again, I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but my reloading bench, I always have at least 2 or 3 compressed air cans. So once you wipe it down, shoot a little bit of air into the resizing die and clean up the lube. Along the same lines, I guess it's called the shell plate here. When you're done prepping it, you're going to have a little bit of lube on the shell plate itself. So clean every single one of your shell plates one at a time. Clean a little lube off. Also, because it's got a little bit of lubricant in there, there might be a little bit of media inside the groove itself where the shell actually slides. So go ahead and get like a little wire paper clip or something and go ahead and clean that out. Once again, consistency, keep everything lubed good. I mean, the press, when I'm speaking about the press. And the press will go good, everything will move really nice. Kudos again to the Imperial Die Sizing Wax, because myself, I've never had a problem ever with any case sticking within my full length sizing die, ever. Very smooth, very consistent. You can notice when you use a certain type of lube. I've used different ones. I don't want to mention no names because some of y'all might use these other ones and might, you know, think I'm slapping y'all in the face, but I'm not. But I've used different other ones, and the Imperial Sizing Die Wax actually works the best for me. And that's about it. So guys, I guess I'll see you at the next phase, and that is the brass preparation in action.